Welcome back to Intoxicated Reactions, my fellow Army people. Cheers. West Coast beer hug. Got some Japanese Haibaki Suntory. Hey, we in here.
What else you got over there?
Just stuff. Whatever. Okay. So, of course, for whatever reason, I could have swore. So we started this reaction channel just a few months ago, just messing around to see if it was going to be beneficial to go down this road. This is not our main channel. Our main channel, Intoxicated Opinions, is where we taste whiskey, beer, anything with alcohol in it, and give a review. But man, I'll tell you what, we did Eminem.
We also do controversy over there too.
Oh yeah, political stuff.
Yeah.
You guys probably don't want to watch that. It'll offend most of you.
Would it?
Yeah, it would.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Chinese jokes and shit.
I don't make Chinese jokes.
You don't make no racial jokes.
Do I make racial jokes? What do you mean?
You don't have no. You got any white jokes?
Do I make prejudice or stereotypical jokes? Yeah, I make stereotypes. Okay,
yeah. But I never in a million years would have thought BTS would have been this popular. I must have been living under a rock because I never heard of them before.
You look like a Fred Flintstone or a Bam Bam.
Why? Because I'm white.
You know, you just old.
I'm not even old. You older than me.
I don't look it.
Anyway, BTS Army, you guys leave your comments. I go through them. This was well requested. BTS Hardships. Apparently, the goal of this video is to give us some more insight into where they started to where they ended up now. And I'm excited because from the very first BTS video we did, it felt like, I don't know, I wouldn't say we were attacked, right? But people were very unappreciative of how harsh we were. That's fair to say.
How honest we were?
We're harsh. Some people say honest. Some people say harsh. You know, I mean, if your mom dies, it's probably, you could address it like saying, "I'm sorry for the loss of your family member," and be like, "Dang, bro, your mom dead." You know, some tact in how we approach honesty.
No, how we approach this is very honest. It's our own opinion. I don't think we're malicious at any point to where we like attack the person, the people. We attack what they do, the music. We critique the music. We don't attack the person.
That's fair. That's fair. Anyway.
Unless it's Slow Joe. My bad. I just had to do that.
Here we go. He's making ageism jokes right now.
Or live truck.
Let's get this started. Oh, yeah.
This video was not made in order to relive the sadness or to hold grudges against others. This video was made to remind us that BTS didn't rise to success without facing hurdles, and these events have created a stronger bond between BTS and ARMY.
And in America, that's just not normal for men to do.
2013.
Not too much.
BTS were only able to debut because the scheduled performers canceled.
We not in the 30s no more.
Bro, it is not socially widespread acceptable to cry as a man.
It depends on the situation. I don't know why people say that. When people win certain stuff, they cry. When people lose, like the championship game, they cry. You'd have seen that for years, decades upon decades. I've not always seen that. Everybody's seen that. When you come across loss, people cry. I think where people don't, or where we take it back, is when people fall down. Or the world we live in now, people cry a lot.
When was the last time you cried?
Not too long ago.
Have you ever cried because you were happy?
Happy?
So happy you cried.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't cry, but I was happy. A tear fell.
All right. Okay. Hey, anyway, all right.
But I think that's what they do. They cry because they happy. I mean, to get to that point and just see all them people just praising somebody, I can be like, damn, I never thought I'd be here. Be overwhelmed with emotions.
Okay. All right.
BTS was a filler. Even after debuting, they couldn't get much airtime. Their performances were either shortened cut from broadcasts, or not uploaded for online consumption, due to their company's lack of clout at that time.
저 당시에는 네, 우리가 막 방송을 마음대로 못 깔 때예요.
그치.
방송을 막 사람 다 차 있으면 우리 못 나오고 그럴 때도 있었어.
저 때 한밤에 이게 나가게 된 게 되게 약간 우리가 막 그랬었어. 그때 그랬어요.
되게 중요한
네,
거고.
신기한 거고 되게 약간 원래 그렇게 따로 인터뷰 잘 안 해주시는데 막 그때 그런 기억이 나요.
저희를 구원해 주신 거예요.
From sleeping in one bedroom to using their own staff as extras,
제 매니저 보이잖아.
to recording an album in a garage. These were
See, this is what it means when he say to come from the bottom.
Now we here.
Now we here. They did the work. Like I said, they didn't have too much backing. They didn't have people sponsoring or pushing them. I think a lot of times I get behind BTS because I think I can relate to them in the sense of we don't have no backing. We don't have no sponsorships. We just do this because we like doing it.
That's true. It reminds me of who's someone that's the opposite of that. Justin Bieber. He was like 13, and then he was kind of like handpicked.
Yeah.
Company said, "Hey, you got our support. We're gonna make you a star," and they did. That's not saying he didn't work hard at some point, but he was handed
A lot of things.
all the doors were open for him.
just a few things BTS experienced early on in their careers
Says
due to
racism
their
up here. I'm
company's
interested in what
limited
that
budget.
지드래곤을 선생님이 막말 걸어주신 거 있잖아요. 옷에 쓰여있는 거 무슨 뭐냐고. 돈 써가지고 16,000원짜리 후배티에 프린팅 해가지고 뭔지 몰라가지고 말을 못해야 되겠었는데 아무튼. 네.
Because some of the members came from an underground rap background, but ultimately chose the path of becoming idols, they were often disrespected.
사실 남준이가 그 언더에서 활동을 했다고 이제 그런 사람들이 많아요. 아이돌로 올라가서 나는 언더그라운드 활동을 했던 사람이다 하고 언플이라고 흔히 하잖아요. 그러면은 이제 언더 매니아, 힙합 매니아라고 하는 사람들은 그런 거를 당연히 안 좋게 보죠.
아, 지네 음악도 안 하고 그냥 회사에서 시키는데도 노래받아서 춤이나 추는 것들이 무슨 가수냐, 니네가 무슨 아티스트냐, 저런 애를 더 이상 나오면 안 된다.
A rapper told RM and Suga
Tied out as bullying.
I don't think it's bullying. I think what they did was they came up the way that they could come up. Like we got that, and we got a very good model in that when it comes to Kansas City. We got Tech Nine. You know, he was underground for a long time, and he did things his way.
And the underground people said he sold out, just like they mentioned. Underground people didn't like that they became idols. The underground people didn't like that Tech Nine became.
Then he started doing raps with like Lil Wayne and mainstream, especially on this. I forgot what album that was.
Absolute Power. Was
Yeah.
the first one.
But that wasn't the one where he did Wayne.
No.
That was probably like 2011. Him and Wayne did a collab.
You know, it's so weird. It's like all your peer group will really love you, respect you, say, "Oh, you're doing a great job," up until, you know, as long as you stay in this range, right?
Yeah.
But if you jump to the next group, oh, you a hater. Oh, you sold out. Oh, we
think you better
like
than
him.
us.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
they were on the right path, but strayed away and were no longer considered real rap hip-hop artists, deeming them girls for wearing makeup.
방탄소년단에 대해서 사실 찍어서 말하고 아이돌을 부르니까 뭐 힙합이 아니다. 방탄소년단이 무대에 올라갔을 때 뭐 이제 분장을 한다. 어떤 메이크업을 하는 거에 대한 어떤 힙합과 충돌되는 부분이 있을 것 같은데.
그런 게 아니라 여자.
What? Shut the front door.
BTS were being told by several people they would never make it because they came from a small agency. Big Hit Entertainment was at one point near bankruptcy and didn't have the financial power to promote and push BTS the way other companies could with their own
They
groups.
did that on their sales, boy. You can tell.
Against all odds.
You
2014,
can tell that they
Suga
printed
shared
that
his story
themselves.
about battling depression since pre-debut days. Suga continues to discuss and bring awareness to mental health through his work. Until now, BTS has continuously been transparent about their darkest thoughts and feelings, not just through their music, but also their very public personas. February 2014, BTS were accused of copying the schoolboy concept for Boy in Love, which came out shortly after another group released their music video, even though the concept is a popular choice amongst young boy bands. April 2014. During a variety show, the host confronted them about this plagiarism accusation.
수와 겹친 교복 패션 왜 하필일까? 원망했나요?
사실 저희가 말씀드릴 수
예, 얘기 천천히
저희가 이번 사랑 이야기 학교 3부작의 마지막이었어요.
예.
그래가지고 나 언제 한번 교복을 입겠다라고 생각을 했는데 그게 되게 유명의 시기가 겹쳐가지고.
Throughout their careers, they've been constantly criticized for plagiarism.
I feel like that's a weak point to jump on. Because, hear me out, hundreds and thousands of rappers all over, at some point, something that you put out is going to overlap an idea of someone else's. Originality, that's so difficult to obtain because there's so much content. You know what I'm saying?
I think it falls back into the realm of this is music. When it comes to music, it's a little harder to determine just because it comes down to who does it better. Like Chris Brown said about the same song that him and Usher did. He's like, yeah, a lot of people do the same song, but who sings it like me? And if you compare them two songs, Usher sings that song a lot better than... Chris Brown sings that song a lot better than Usher.
Now I'm going to have to look into this. I didn't know they had the same
They
song.
have the exact same song. Yeah, but Chris Brown sings it better, if you notice. But it's just like, over here, rappers take a lot of beats that are back in the day and they're using nowadays, and
they sample a lot of classic hits.
There you go. They'll sample a lot of classic hits.
And if all they're complaining about is, hey, you wore uniforms like a schoolboy approach.
Bro, I watch manga all the time. A lot of manga is intertwined. It's just who can do this manga better than that manga.
Obviously, BTS is doing it better, apparently.
But,
Often
that's
for
just the
outfits,
hating, not
props,
wanting them to be...
concept.
That's people just like you said, it's a small market. They just don't want them probably to be like the group that they was imitating.
Mm-hmm. BTS is number one as far as I'm concerned.
I
Numbers,
like
sales, popularity.
But, I haven't listened to the other ones that they say they sampling, but so far I like BTS. I don't take anything away from them.
And hair colors that are ordinary not just in K-pop, but the expansive world of visual arts. November 2014. Hashtag kick out J-Hope BTS trended on Twitter, calling J-Hope ugly and untalented. The trend became popular enough that their friend and supervisor from their reality show American Hustle Life, Tony Jones, tweeted out saying,
some haters out there.
Every member is needed and talented. Jin stepped in by telling armies to cheer up and that all of them were working hard. Armies got together and trended hashtag J-Hope you're perfect to comfort him. May 2015.
Support.
BTS finally won their first music show with their song I Need You 2 years after their debut, but were accused of sabotage. This is when companies buy back albums to boost external sales records. But this was when their company was barely surviving financially,
they had the money to
making the claims groundless.
They be trying to throw everything at them.
2015. V was accused of mocking another idol group after they won a music show and were accepting the trophy. People began to send him death threats. However, he wasn't mocking them at all. V was known to be a fan of this group and was singing their song out of excitement. He apologized on Twitter for the misunderstanding and provided screenshots showing that he would always listen to this song before bed. July 2015. BTS abruptly halted.
I don't agree with that. I don't. Maybe it's an American thing.
What's that?
Having to always apologize for just being authentically you.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make other people feel better or relieved.
It's rare that you say sorry, huh?
No. If I'm wrong, I say sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of opinion or how someone's receiving your communication. That's on them.
That's on them. You're going to always feel that way. You're going to think that way. It's not up to me to make you feel any different than how I feel. Because what you're telling me is that your feelings overthrow my feelings. And no, that's not how positive mental health works.
Right.
My feelings are number one. And if I feel good, I'm going to feel good. You're not going to get me to feel bad.
All I'm saying is it's so petty for...
Some people are just
a
mean.
death threat just for making fun of somebody?
Yeah, some people are just mean.
Bro, they don't want to see like Wildin' Out in Korea.
Their concert, The Red Bullet, in New York, due to death threats towards RM. All related fan activities were also subsequently cancelled. Attendees of the show were forced to leave the venue, where there was a strong presence of security and police at the scene.
Sorry.
Haters running everything.
RM
Cancel
also
culture.
received another death threat for another upcoming show in Mexico later that month. July 2016, people began to debate over alleged misogynistic lyrics and tweets from BTS. This led to the members and the company reflecting back on their actions. BTS's agency, Big Hit Entertainment,
Extremely
responded with an
apologetic.
apology and a promise to do better. Consequently, the band grew from this lesson.
Were they being misogynistic, or was this just someone trying to twist their words and be upset about something they shouldn't be? Let me know.
And have since released feminist overtures such as 21st Century Girl, and in 2019 responded to their 2014 single Boy in Love with Boy with Love, a collaboration with Halsey. RM has said that since the incident, he pays closer attention to the lyrics he writes, reading newspapers and books to study the social phenomenon. After he finishes writing lyrics, he consults experts of women's studies to objectively examine the lyrics. May 2016. During their epilogue concert, aunties began to use the hashtag Plagiarism Boy Scouts. Multiple fandoms teamed up to trend this hashtag in Korea. BTS saw this, and the media latched on. June 2016.
Bro, this is non-stop.
During the variety show Flower Crew, Jungkook arrived at the filming location with a bag of hamburgers for his cast members, hoping to break the ice. One of the cast members made rude comments and turned Jungkook's offer away.
Oh, that's fire.
거짓말하고 느낌이 딱 먹다 남긴 느낌인데. 아니 새 거예요. 진짜 새 거예요. 야.
BTS has since filmed another variety show with the same host, and spirits seem high.
Thoughtful.
September 2016, Aunties made yet another project called Break Wings Project to try to sabotage their comeback in October. The project was caught and stopped once comments on YouTube broadcasting the project were put on blast. Wings then went on to sell 16,000 units in its first week, appearing at number 26 on the US Billboard 200 chart, setting the then highest record for a K-pop album and making BTS the first and only K-pop act at that time to log 3 entries on the Billboard 200. Because of this, Aunties took strategic pictures of non-armies and claimed that there was no line in stores that sold physical albums. October 2016. During the Busan One Asia Festival, fans were told a couple hours before the broadcast that BTS were no longer appearing because one member was absent from an injury, even though a countless number of fans were already present at the event venue and BTS was ready and willing to perform. BTS ended up performing for the fans who attended the event and waited all day, but it was at the end of the event with leftover confetti, no proper lighting, and no cameras rolling. Their performance was not broadcasted and only fan cams were taken.
Yeah, that's rude.
October 2016. During BTS's Blood, Sweat and Tears promotion in South Korea, BTS wasn't given a waiting room at the broadcast center. So the members made do and practiced, got dressed, and did makeup in front of the bathrooms. They would practice non-stop without resting, greeting other staffers who were going to the bathroom, and other idol groups would openly look down on them. This comment was left under a video uploaded by Wei, a member from Crayon Pop. Wei responded, "Yes, that's right. All I remember is their hard work and efforts. I especially haven't forgotten RM's voice practicing Japanese." November 2016. V made a heartfelt announcement during their muster that his beloved grandmother had passed away. Auntie saw this as an opportunity to twist his narrative and intentions, sending him death threats and accusing him of using her passing as a ploy for attention. November 2016, Big Hit released a formal statement about taking legal actions regarding malicious rumors, false statements, and personal attacks against BTS. The company continues to pursue legal actions against perpetrators to this day, enforcing a strict no settlement and leniency policy. November 2016. Fans of another group were upset that BTS won Album of the Year at the Melon Music Awards, claiming it was done out of charity and that miscalculations were made. They called Melon customer care, where an employee explained that the company's internal data proved that BTS scored higher. Audio of the conversation was released.
그거 이제 그 상에 해당하는 앨범들을 해가지고 계산한 게 있는데 그러면은 저희가 보는 거랑 뭐 멜론 내부에서 보는 거랑 그러면은 데이터가 아예 다르다는 소린가요?
아니요, 똑같으시고요. 고객께서 보셨던 거는 차트랑 그리고 스트리밍 그 실시간 그 앨범 자체가 나오고 나서 순간 차트에 대한 그런 데이터량 아니십니까?
그건 아닌 것 같아요.
고객께서 보신 전체 데이터 수치는 아마 보시기 어려우실 거예요. 그 데이터.
Time out. Hear me out. This reminds me of people saying the voting machines are rigged. Let's have a recount. That's what this fan's saying. Let's have a recount. I mean,
the numbers are the numbers.
Yeah, you just can't accept the L.
Yeah.
But what we use another chart with
로에르만 갖고 있고요. 고객께서 봤던 정리를 어떤 식으로 진행하셔가지고 어떤 식으로 보신지 모르겠는데 고객님께서 정리해서 보신 거는 그 차트 반영에 관한 내용들이고요. 그 부분이 아니라 1년 동안 고객님께서
They called the company that's doing the counting and said, "We think you're wrong."
많은 대중들이 전체적으로
haters.
그거에 대한 결과 전체 음원 합산 전수예요. 내부적으로 고객께서 지금 생각하신 게 혹시 내부적 이게 비리가 있는 건 아니냐라고 생각이 드실 수 있는데요. 뭐 제가 말씀드릴 수 있는 부분은 비리 전혀 없으시고요.
Who's the other
1년 동안
group they're talking about? Because they keep blanking it out.
Yeah, I wish I would say
February 2017. BTS were accused of plagiarism after their performance at the Gaon Chart Music Awards. The part in question was when the no signal bars on screen resembled another group's past stage. To make matters worse, the creative director of the group in question created a post on Instagram with the captions, our hard work.
That's not hard
and
work.
Siblings of the group liked that post. Gaon Charts eventually posted an official statement in regards to the accusation, admitting
that is not plagiarism.
I just think it's
having a word or a concept the same as someone else in the background videos of your performance.
I just think people are nitpicking a lot of things. I don't know. Maybe it's just people be like it's biased. I don't think it's biased. I think this is when you actually just stand back and look at it. This is like nitpicking a lot of things that
childish.
Yeah, regular people would nitpick.
Crazy.
Their own production team was in charge of the graphics, not Big Hit. BTS has not attended or performed at Gaon Chart Music Awards since, only pre-taping acceptance speeches. March 2017. Death threats were made against BTS, with their target being Jimin this time. This threat happened during their world tour, and Big Hit addressed this threat, increasing security around the venues. December 2017. Fans of a different group were so outraged by the results at the 2017 Mnet Asian Music Awards that they filed a petition under the Blue House, the executive office and official residence of the South Korean head of state. They requested Mama to be abolished because BTS won, crashing the Blue House petition website, which was meant for the South Korean citizens only, with traffic from overseas. May 2018, Jimin once again received death threats, this
Why do they hate
time
him
during
so
their
much?
Love Yourself tour
Don't make no
in
sense.
Fort Worth. Police tweeted soon afterwards that they were investigating the threat. November 2018. On November 7, a South Korean court ordered a Japanese company to compensate them for wartime labor during Japan's colonial.
This might be a controversial statement.
Okay. All right. We like controversy.
But like, do Koreans or Asians actually like shoot up?
Like drive-by gangster
No,
shit.
like shoot up like events. Like in America, when's the last time you heard of a mass shooting by
That Ariana Grande concert
by Asian?
in Las Vegas. Oh, never.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's always, I'm Irish, but it's always those white Caucasians.
Oh, you don't want to take part in your contribution.
I would have to listen to like the Korean news. I don't know. Let us know. Someone, do Koreans in South Korea make death threats and actually act some way on carrying those out? Or is it just talk? Is it just scare tactic? Is it because they know if they say this, something will have to change? It'll be an inconvenience in BTS's life. Whatever the case
to
is.
where over here in the States,
it could really happen.
Yeah. So that's why I asked, because I don't. Over here, I've never heard of like a Asian or Korean person, you know.
You seen Fast and Furious?
Performing a mass shooting.
Okay.
That I know of or recall.
Yeah, but they didn't death threat mass number of people. They said you.
But it's at an event. So his life was threatened at an event. And you would think like at an event.
They're just going to shoot everyone on.
Yeah.
Okay. Let us know. Give us some clarification. We don't know. We're
Or
not
is it
from
like
Korea.
more thought out like TV shows and movies? You know.
With a plan in place.
Yeah.
Hey, as soon as he goes down this hall, we got
assassinate
him.
the president, yeah.
Bro, you can't say that. I'm going to have to cut that out.
Why? No, it's like a movie.
Secret Service is going to come after
It's like a movie. I'm saying like a movie.
Rule of the Korean Peninsula. The next day, Japan's TV's Asahi's music station announced that they have
Why do you always be
canceled
hating on people?
BTS's appearance on their show, slated for November 9th, due to a recently resurfaced screenshot of a member wearing a t-shirt depicting a photo of an atomic bomb and of Koreans celebrating their independence from Japan. The band subsequently became attacked by the extreme conservatives in Japan, and the news was picked up by the Western media.
그러니까 바로 저 사건은 방탄소년단이 입었던 티셔츠가 직접적인 문제가 됐다기보단 그건 빌미였고 사실은 강제징용 배상 판결에 대한 이 보이콧을 하고 싶어하던 일본의 어떤 그 멘탈리티가 그대로 표현된 거다라고 생각을 할 수 있는데, 그래서 그 5개 대륙에, 그러니까 전 세계에 걸쳐서 살고 있는 특히 이제 한국 번역을 하는 한국 아미들이 주축이 돼서요, 20몇 명의 아미가 온라인으로 모여서 이 사건이 도대체 어떤 정치적 배경에서 나왔는가, 어떤 역사적 배경에서 출현한 건가, 그리고 지금 그 전 세계에서 쏟아내고 있는 기사들이 어디가 어떻게 잘못된 건가 팩트 체크를 다 하면서 이 2차 세계대전에 대한 어떤 그 자료들을 다 모아서 백서, 화이트 페이퍼 프로젝트를 발간합니다.
영문으로 해서 저렇게 한 거예요?
예, 영문과 한국어 동시에.
I'm not laughing. Oh man, sometimes my mind wanders. I'm sorry.
You want to share?
No, not really.
I was going to say, I can't explain the level of pettiness that Japan had, or the level of, I shouldn't even say pettiness, hate for BTS to stop their show and then go on and on about a t-shirt. I thought, what? Oh, okay. So in America, we have freedom of speech. You can wear what you want. You can say what you want. You can do what you want. There's always a consequence, but you are free to do whatever. Is that the same in Korea, or some topics, you know, out of bounds? If you say this, you're going to jail.
Do all black people look the same?
Oh, here's what he's about to say. Hear me out.
What am I about to say?
He's going to say, if there's, 100 Koreans in a room, he might have difficult pinpointing who is who. Might have difficulties pinpointing.
The women on this video don't look the same, but he looks like he's acted in a movie that I've not watched, a Korean movie. But I don't know if he has.
No, all black people do not look the same. But you know who looks the same? Like, hear me out.
I gotta hear you out. Is that prejudice, or like I said, I got a lot of stereotypes that maybe it's just
no. So I'm gonna use something fictitious here, Wakanda. If there was 1,000 Wakandans and they said, "Hey, I'm Ron, I'm James, I'm Joe," ain't no way. You guys look very similar. You're
just off a glance.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like off a glance, a lot of cultures do look the same.
Yeah.
So I
that's fair.
Okay.
That's not racist.
Right.
That's just saying, hey, you're not what I'm used to, so this is going to be, I'm going to have to focus extra hard to figure out
who you are.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just don't say that BTS looks like Stray Kids. They're going to flip.
Stray Kids?
Yeah, remember? Or a tease. Don't say that.
No.
They're not going to be happy.
April 2019. During BTS's global press conference for Map of the Soul Persona, a reporter bluntly asked BTS about past plagiarism allegations.
사실 제가 그 윙스하고 피땀 눈물 언급했던 거는 그때 이제 뭐 문제가 됐던 내용 그 뭐 표절?
Bro, these reporters need to get
프랑스 작가분께서 언급하셨던 그 부분을
kicked or something.
Maybe it's just a big
언급해서
issue
여쭤본 거였고요.
about plagiarism, about copying
그거에
another
대해서
group
그냥
over there. Instead of just actually focusing on
답변을 좀 듣고 싶은 부분 때문에 질문을 드렸습니다.
네, 그건에 대해서는 저희 회사에서 이제 저희 회사 법무팀에서 작가님이랑 이야기를 하고 있고요. 저희 의견, 저희 생각도 회사랑 동일하다고 생각을 하고 있습니다. 네, 그건에 대해서는 회사에서 지금 처리를 하고 있기 때문에 뭐 결과가 나오면 알겠죠. 네, 감사합니다.
Netizens later uncovered an article.
I'll just say this: ain't no way in hell I'm gonna learn Korean. Tell me I'm wrong. It's just so. Maybe they're just talking fast, or maybe they're just kind of not pronouncing
I wonder
fully.
why on this video a lot of the other groups are blurred out.
That's a good question. Who are BTS's
being accused of plagiarism?
Nemesis.
People that question their authenticity. People that have an issue with them. Other groups that, you know, I wish I could see it. That way I could do more.
Yeah. We go to those group pages and start talking.
I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't?
No, I just want to know.
Okay.
Like,
I thought you was going full force. Okay.
No.
Written by a reporter of the same name on another entertainment company's news website. April 2019. SBS Inkigayo excluded BTS's Boy With Love out of its charts for the song's first eligible week. Questions about the criteria used by the music show were raised, while SBS continued to claim the calculation period did not fit with BTS's album release time. To this, Dispatch compared BTS to another group who also released a song on the same day. That group entered the rankings and took its first win for their song that week, while BTS were left out of the rankings entirely.
Dang, they still hate on BTS.
December 2019.
2019.
JTBC reported that BTS went against their own agency and planned to file a lawsuit against Big Hit Entertainment. Big Hit pulled out receipts and released a lengthy statement on behalf of Big Hit Entertainment, BTS, and the members' families. They called the media company's journalism practices into question, stating, "We have not only the video that JTBC used for the first report, but also the CCTV video that recorded the footage of the journalist breaking into our company."
Yeah.
December 2019. MBC is accused of abusing their power to purposely prevent other groups under Big Hit Entertainment from appearing at their year-end show, after BTS chose to appear on the US's NBC New Year's Rockin' Eve countdown in New York City instead of NBC's year-end program. According to Osen, multiple industry sources shared, ever since October, when BTS's side told NBC that BTS would not be appearing on NBC's year-end music festival, it has been difficult for singers associated with Big Hit Entertainment to appear on NBC. It is already an openly known fact in the industry. January 2020.
All the odds keep
For
stacking up.
29 years, the Seoul Music Awards only had one grand prize, also known as a Daesang. But in 2020, they created a second Daesang for digital music. BTS won the Daesang for physical music only, even though their stats proved that they should have also gotten the Daesang for digital music as well. BTS did not appear in person to accept the award and has only sent in video acceptance speeches since. July 2020, Naver, the Google of South Korea, reportedly invested over $80 million into another entertainment company after losing out on profits from BTS, who chose to hold an online concert through Weverse, a mobile app and web platform developed by Big Hit Entertainment.
That's all right, do something different.
BTS earned at least $21 million in ticket revenue, according to an analyst at securities firm. He stated, Naver lost BTS, the most popular IP of K-pop, and must have felt the need to invest in entertainment to form a stable relationship. Since 2017, fans have noticed...
You need to pause?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need a snack.
A snack? We working in here. He talking about grabbing a snack.
Bro, chill out. You know how it goes.
Jesus Christ.
30 minutes in.
A snack.
You need some?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm a professional. Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Oh, you digging your hand in there, ain't you?
We're still warm. You ready, man?
Yeah.
At South Korean platforms such as Naver and media journalists were ignoring and downplaying BTS's achievements. Popular websites hardly posted anything about them, nor did they...
You know what? That's a common topic in America. If someone offers their help and you take it and you do good, they're like, yeah, I'm so glad you did good. I knew I could help. But if they offer you your help and you don't take their help and you still make it, they don't want nothing to do with you. They're like, oh, shit.
That's common. Most people want to see what they can get off of you.
Yeah.
Feature BTS on their front pages. Music critic Kim Young-dae and popular political commentator Kim Oh-jun recently discussed this.
I will say this. It's got to be an American culture thing, but a lot of Korean names sound very similar to me.
Because I thought they said Kim Jong-un.
Mm-hmm. There's probably, I don't know how many different, they sound similar to me, so it's super difficult for me to say, oh, that guy's name is ABC. Whereas James, Michael, Joe, they sound super different. Maybe they sound super different Koreans, but for me...
You know, but America is also like a melting pot of different cultures, different people. People choosing to do things different, step outside the box. Where probably other cultures, you know, they carry down names a lot of the times, you know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
그 뉴스의 크기에 비해서 국내 기사는 상대적으로 적다는 인상을 내가 항상 받았거든. BTS는 그 버금갈 정도의 현상을 지속적으로 만들었는데 거기에 비하자면 아주 수량이 좀 적다.
Media hating on BTS now?
호들갑 떨기 그렇게 좋아하는 이 미디어들이 왜 이럴까? 궁금증이 평소에 있었거든. 연결되는 이야기예요. 기사들이 일단
BTS의 성공은 이제 어느 정도 보도가 돼요. 그러면 우리가 흔히 알고 있는 소위 대형 기획사의 아이돌이 그것보다 사실은 못 미치는 어떤 활약을 보였을 때 미디어에 보도되는 양이나 그 커버되는 범위를 보시면 확연히 차이가 납니다. 굉장히 좀 재밌는 부분이고 이번 그래미 같은 경우 어떻게 들어가냐면 주요 부문에서 등극에 실패했다라고 한다든지 여러 가지 이유 중에 이거 하나가 중요하다고 생각해요. 뭐냐면 BTS라는 이 현상, BTS의 미국에서의 성공, BTS의 세계적인 열풍 자체가 제도권의 시스템을 거치지 않았다는 거예요. 그래서 이 제도권을 점하고 있는 그 언론일 수도 있고 뭐 프로모터일 수도 있고 음반 회사일 수도 있죠. 이 사람들이 보기에 썩 납득이 가지 않고 유쾌하지도 않아요.
자기 힘이 입증이 안 되는 거지. 그렇게 되면.
그렇습니다.
점하고 있는 위치에서 자기 영향력이라는 게 있는데 이걸 다 거치지 않고 성공해 버렸으니까 자기 존재 이유가 없어지는 거 아니에요. 그런 맥락.
That's a tough pill to swallow. If I'm big dog and someone's making it successful, going around me, not using me, when normally people come through me, I would probably be a little cranky about it too. That's all I'm saying. Hey.
But I think that also like shows the difference in talent level and who the fans want to see.
And I think over this time period, fans started recognizing, hey, why is all like the South Korean media, the bigger labels, the TV shows, the reporters, they kind of avoided giving BTS their roses. And the fans said, no, we like them. They're going to get their roses. Regardless of what you do or don't do, we're going to support them. The Army has their own, I don't know, I don't want to say underground, but just group of fans that, you know, they're there for BTS without question. And the agencies are like, shit, we can't do nothing to stop it. That's like the little man taking on the David versus Goliath. Mm-hmm. Everyone likes an underdog story.
December 2020. For the last few years, BTS has been the face of political discourse on the revisions of South Korea's mandatory military service.
Nope, they went into the army.
Even though BTS and their company have not spoken about wanting postponement or exemptions, and have insisted that they will serve when called upon. In August 2018, all major South Korean entertainment companies held a meeting to discuss petitioning the government to revise the law to allow K-pop performers to be exempt from service, in addition to the top artists, musicians, and athletes that already qualify. Big Hit Entertainment was not among the agencies, but BTS was used as the leading example for this revision. On December 22, 2020, the Ministry of National Defense announced that a revision has been made, effective June 23, 2021, where popular culture artists can postpone their enlistment until age 30.
Okay. One, what age do they have to go in now if you're just a normal South Korean citizen? Two, we want them to go through trials and tribulations. That's going to grow their character and they're going to have a lot more substance to make music off of. Am I wrong?
Well, you're an advocate of the Army, so being that, you know, you served there.
Yeah, and it gave me a basis, a reference, a perspective that I would never have if I didn't do that.
But that was based off of you not having the proper fundamentals in place to learn those things.
So are you saying, here's my theory. BTS, one of them already got out. One of the members already got out. And within the next year, I guess they're all going to be out. Now that they have that experience in the military.
I'm saying everybody don't need that experience to be able,
okay.
to be able to function in society.
Yeah, but they're getting a whole different outlook on life. They would never have gotten.
Are they really?
Yeah, they have to go in the slums with the small people now.
Huh?
Hear me out. If you're famous, you're rich, you're popular, over time you're gonna forget.
They wasn't famous, rich, and popular.
They are right now.
Now they are, but they also came from humble backgrounds.
Some people forget where they come from. Going to the military reminds them. I'm not saying they need that. I'm just saying for Americans, you become rich and famous, you kind of just kind of forget where you're from. You don't get back to community. You don't sympathize with people that went through the same things you used to go through before.
I don't think they do it now.
What you mean?
I think people that go through the Army now do not sympathize with people that are not in that situation at all. I don't think you sympathize with the situation. We have kids, bro.
You done forgot.
No, I didn't forget anything.
You done forgot the struggles you went through to get here now.
I ain't never forgot my struggles.
Then you won a few. Because a lot of people
I ain't never forgot my struggles.
All I'm saying is my theory is it's a good experience for them to take a break from music, go do something in real life that everyone else does, and they come back to music. Now they have all these experiences to make.
Well, they have trauma.
Especially
if they go through something. Okay, then what are you learning? If you're not going through war, what are you learning? They already had a cohesive group. They already was brothers. They slept in the same room. There's nothing about this group that tells me that they needed to go to boot camp or military in order to be stronger brothers. They sympathize with people. They write sorries. They take time out of their lyrics to go back and revise.
They weren't missing anything emotionally or mentally?
No, that's why I say it's the military is for people that don't know how to process in normal society. And they learn through forced military training.
I want to hear your thoughts on that.
During Zaxxan's show, a member named Liam from a boy band called Forever in Your Mind made these comments.
I agree that they're a boy band, but at the same time, it's like the rate. I feel like it's like a different, like they belong in a different genre on their own, because I feel like there still needs to be like a European or an American boy band to be at the top, and I think BTS can just live in their own. They're BTS. They don't. You know what I mean?
No, but they're like.
Like I don't
their
think
fan
that they're
base
gonna.
is so crazy. It's
dude,
insane.
and it's global.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
They're really good.
I like them. They're good
I
dancers.
can't get behind it. I don't understand what they're saying.
I got it.
And I don't even know
what's called boys or girls because I don't.
This is new. Like, people didn't say that. Maybe it's just me or nah, it wasn't. When NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, stuff like that, Blackstreet, when groups like that back in the day, I don't recall this being an issue.
All this hate.
Yeah, it's just like I think this is a new age.
You know, there's always rumors in America of the record companies running things, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that might be a similar situation to South Korea, where these big record companies wanted to keep BTS on the hush or keep them down here, and they said nope, and the fans supported BTS, and eventually they got past that hump. Or they're upset they didn't go through one of them big companies, so they missed out on that money. I just think it's never going to end as far as...
Nah, I think it's haterism.
Yeah.
I think it's hate.
I don't know why. Why can't people just say, congratulations, you did amazing, keep it up? Why can't people just say that?
Like, to say that they're not a boy band and it's just boys in the band, it's just... Come on, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's weird.
They are. Look at these people. Look at this one. I don't know which one he is. Look at those highlights. Those chunky Tony and Guy mall salon highlights. And the contact lenses. You are an Asian man.
Bro.
You don't need to look like a girl named Ashley.
When I first heard something Korean had exploded in America, I got worried.
I don't know. I think they look
like they get their makeup done before going on camera. That's why I find like hypocritical.
How did this become a thing in Western culture where all these grown men and little girls are ***ing off to little K-pop boys?
That's racist.
That's prejudice. Yeah, that's prejudice.
A senior editor from The Economist said, "Please no." After BTS was announced as speakers at the 75th UN General Assembly. She quickly tried to backtrack, claiming it was a joke. This led to Stefan Pollard, a British journalist, to tweet this.
I mean, is that funny? Like,
no. Here's what happened. People want to be brave and throw out a little bit of words here and there and see if it's receptive and people agree. But if they don't and they get backlash, they're like, oh, I didn't mean it that way.
It's just a joke. But they're not comedians. These motherfuckers is not comedians. You telling a joke and your joke just falls on deaf ears. It's like, it's weird.
And I'm sorry it was taken the wrong way. Apologies.
And Anne Hegarty, a television personality, responding with, all this about a little Korean boy band that's fundamentally not important?
I don't even know who that
So
is.
when BTS was named Entertainer of the Year by Time magazine soon after, RM said, "We're not sure if we've actually earned respect, but one thing is for sure is that people feel like, okay, this is not just some kind of syndrome or phenomenon. These little boys from Korea are doing this. BTS have always been outspoken about the injustice of racial discrimination. In the summer of 2020, they used their platform and proudly announced their support for Black Lives Matter and donated $1 million to the
I'm not going to comment on this.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up, bro. Don't do it. No.
They deserve to know the truth.
Listen. I'm not with the organization.
Right? You're with the cause behind it, right?
The what they stand for was good, but the people that did it and the organization, I do not by any means associate.
To catch you up, because if you're not in America, you probably don't know. Black Lives Matter originally was formed to say, hey, Black lives mean just as much as any other color skin, right? A lot of people donated to the cause, and then apparently the owners of the Black Lives Matter or whoever the creators
was buying motherfucking houses. They was doing, excuse me, you're going to have to leave that out. They was buying houses. They was doing things with money that they shouldn't have been doing.
They didn't invest it back into the cause.
No, they invested into black families, their family. That's the only thing. So it didn't go to resources that, black people actually need. It didn't go to things that will actually help the black community. It went towards their own personal
In essence,
causes.
They duped BTS. And BTS was probably like, hey, this is a great cause. Let's do it.
And it is a great cause,
yeah.
But the people behind it are just shady. And I hate to say that, but a lot of times, that's why I don't donate. When people come up to me and like, do you want to donate towards it? I'm like, no, don't. Because I don't know where that money's going.
Right.
If I'm going to donate to somebody that I actually know or people that actually need it. I'm not going to just donate my money willingly to an organization. I don't know who they pay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
With the recent rise and visibility of atrocities against Asians, BTS released a statement on their Twitter standing in solidarity once again.
Okay.
These are just a few of the countless examples of mistreatment, racism, and xenophobia that BTS has been encountering around the world throughout their storied career. It will more than likely be a continued uphill battle. As artists of color who are constantly breaking records and barriers, amassing fans, and growing in popularity around the globe, hostility and jealousy will come easily from those not afforded the luxury of such a strong and dedicated fan base. As fans who are cognizant of their journey and understand that their popularity comes from their sincerity.
I don't get down with the makeup neither, but I mean, a lot of people use makeup. Maybe it's just me and being boomer. Is that what they call it?
I mean, you're not that old. You're like 39.
But I just...
40? You 40?
Don't do the fingernail paint. I don't do none of that.
Are you 40?
I think that's almost. I think that's more so like a feminine trait.
Oh, you just turned 39.
But as far as the makeup, I think everybody does makeup. When you're on video, everybody does makeup.
Yeah, if you're in the camera and if you got a contract and if you're a music artist or you putting something's happening on your face.
Yeah, I think the fingernails though is too much.
Why?
Why?
MGK, Drake.
Shout out Kendrick.
And talent, armies have a tendency to be protective, and sometimes overly so. If only because of the awareness of what BTS and ARMY are up against when fighting for fair representation.
They went through a lot. I will say that. They went through a lot. Special thanks.
Okay, here's my thoughts. It makes a little bit more sense and it sheds a little bit more light on why our first one or two BTS videos, people were very vocal about
our opinions.
They weren't sure if we were in it for BTS or we were just there to clown on them, or
I don't think we came in really with the opinion.
We came in pretty open-minded.
Yeah,
that's what the first time seeing them.
It was more so just our opinion.
Ignorance to the Korean culture.
Stop it.
No, remember I was like, can they grow facial hair?
That's not. I mean, did people respond and say?
Yeah.
I don't know. So
you don't read the comments,
bro.
He don't interact. I will interact with y'all
because I don't really care what people have to say about my opinion towards their music.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you come to facial hair, I don't know. Like I said, I thought that was just a thing that they do to stay young.
When I said it, are they all boys? Because they look so feminine.
Yeah, you made a lot of stereotypes.
No, I'm asking legitimate questions.
But people came for me because I was on my phone dealing with family issues. But, that's how people that are BTS fans tend to interact, knowing that they went through this injustice and mistreatment towards another.
Yeah, it shines a light on why people could be quick to say, oh, they hate me. Oh, we need to get on them.
Well, I think that they don't represent BTS when they...
I agree, because BTS puts out multiple statements: fairness, equality, love, peace, all that. And some people that
I can multitask. I'm very capable of multitasking.
This was a lot. We've been here for about an hour. It does give us another layer of the BTS journey that we can kind of compile. We watched the BTS Bangtan 7. We watched this. We've done probably 10, 15 BTS videos. So the journey is just getting started, apparently, because they got so much content and so many experiences to go through and explore. But whoever suggested this, probably 100 people. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all that show support. For the people that have the negative comments, I don't read them, so
I read them though.
I don't care.
So
I'm a BTS fan, so I'm still continue to be a BTS fan until, I guess they do something that rubs me the wrong way. As far as the music, I like the music.
We appreciate you watching. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment. I asked a few questions throughout the video. Let me know the answers. Also, what are we going to watch next? Let us know. We out.
Peace.
Peace.